What's up everybody, welcome to my PvP guide for Havoc Demon Hunter in patch 7.3.5. And this expansion, it's been so much fun guys, mostly because of this class, the Demon Hunter. And yeah, it does get a bit of a bad rep in PvP because supposedly it's a really easy class to play. And but that being said, it's still a very dangerous class. It's very mobile. It does ridiculous amounts of damage in the right hands. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you two of my favorite specs to use in arenas and in battlegrounds. And we're also going to be talking about team compositions uh, for arenas. And then lastly, I'm going to be showing you two arena matches that I recorded earlier today. If you guys don't know, pretty much I always try to hit 2K rating on my Demon Hunter so I get the elite PvP gear or the elite appearance. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so first let's take a look at the Fel Barrage build. This is pretty much the standard setup that most Demon Hunters are using right now. It's a really mobile setup that allows you to do good consistent damage with Bloodlet. With Throw Glaive, you get 2 Throw Glaives, which also apply a slow on the target. And then of course you have Fel Barrage, which is a 45-second cooldown that does really amazing damage. And Fel Barrage also you can lower the cooldown anytime you attack a target. There's always a chance. But as you see here, is pretty much a build that's designed for you to be really mobile. Throwing your glaive, applying bleeds on targets, Fel Barraging for crazy burst damage. And overall, it's the build that I definitely recommend for any new Demon Hunter in PvP. Alright guys, so next I'm going to show you the Fel Barrage build in action in an actual rated 2s match, which I recorded earlier today. So like I said earlier today, I got to 2K rating, which I pretty much do every season on my Demon Hunter in the 2s bracket. Not so much in 3s this season, mostly because it's been really hard to find consistent partners. But right now the Demon Hunter class, it's really strong guys. And versus this setup, I definitely went with the Fel Barrage build because I'm going to be chasing the Hunter a lot and also sometimes chasing the Priest. And with the Fel Barrage build, I pretty much every time I charge the Hunter or the Priest, I get a 20% damage increase because of momentum, which is kind of nice. And I'm not going to show you all the match guides, but I just wanted to show you kind of like, so you guys can get an idea of how the build is. So here I get on the Hunter, and he's actually wrecking me a little bit here. So that's one thing about Demon Hunter is that yes, we do really good damage, but we are a little bit on the squishy side because we are leather wearers. And the Marksmanship Hunter does a lot of physical damage. So that's one thing about Demon Hunters. So here I get a really good Fel Barrage on this Priest, and followed by a couple of Chaos Strikes and Throw Glaive. And overall guys, like I said, this build is one of my favorites because it allows me to be really mobile and also do really good consistent damage with Bloodlet. And like I said, anytime that you zip around the map, you get a 20% damage increase for 4 seconds because of momentum. So, but anyway guys, let me go ahead and show you the second PvP build that I use. Not so much in battlegrounds, but mostly in arenas. So let's go ahead and take a look at that next. Alright guys, so this next build I like to call it the Meme Beam PvP build, and I mostly use it in arenas and against certain comps like Caster Cleave, like Warlock healer, Shadow Priest healer, pretty much against any setup where my target is going to be basically not mobile, just kind of standing there casting. And with this build, it all revolves around you being in metamorphosis pretty much all the time, getting really good healing from soul rending, and basically doing a lot of consistent damage, of course, with Throw Glaive, and Bloodlet, and then of course, constantly casting Eye Beam so it can put you in metamorphosis. So this build, like I said, it's awesome in arenas against certain comps, but I definitely don't recommend it in battlegrounds. I mean, I guess you can try it, but in battlegrounds, if you really think about it, you're going to be really, really mobile all the time, and this build is mostly designed for attacking a single target, all the time. So, but anyway, guys, let's go ahead and check out a 2v2 match that I recorded earlier today using the Meme Beam build. And this is actually the perfect match for me to showcase this build, because if you really think about it, the Boomkin, which is going to be my main target, isn't very mobile. Pretty much just stands there and deals out damage. And the priest is pretty much the same as well, not very mobile. So this is the perfect build for this setup. And as you can see, I I-beam, and then it immediately puts me in metamorphosis, which is really, really cool. And also, I'm making sure to pick up any of those soul fragments, which heal me and also give me a lot of fury, which means I can cast a lot more chaos strikes. But as you can see here, guys, demon hunters, I know people say like they're a face roll class, but once you start to get into high ratings, you'll pretty much notice that we are a little squishy. I mean, even the Boomican is wrecking me a little bit. I do get him really, really low here and almost finish him off, but he does get a clone on me. But as you can see with this build, like the amount of pressure that you can put on a caster healer team is pretty nuts, because the caster is constantly feeding you fury because they're doing magical damage to you, and you in turn are basically turning it around on them and just constantly using chaos strikes and I-beams and just going into metamorphosis constantly. Eventually you're just going to wear this team out and then just beat them just with sheer damage, not so much with crowd control, because demon hunters, our crowd control is actually okay with our imprison and our stun, but outside of that we're pretty much just a Mongol type of class, a very mobile Mongol class, which is pretty much up my alley, and I really like it. But anyway, guys, that is going to be the two favorite PvP builds that I've been using this season for my demon hunters. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know there are different builds. Actually, there's a lot of PvP builds for the demon hunter right now, but these are my two favorite, and they're basically the two builds that I used this season to hit 2K rating. And lastly, guys, let's talk about team compositions, because having a really, really good team composition is pretty much really important if you want to climb to decent ratings, 2K, 2200 and above. It's important. So for twos, I definitely recommend teaming up with a really, really mobile healer like a Mistweaver is a really good choice. This season, I actually had really good success with a Resto Druid, believe it or not, because, well, Resto Druids are really, really hard to catch, and Demon Hunters are also really, really hard to catch, so our setup was pretty good. In threes, pretty much, last season I had success running Frost Death Knight, Demon Hunter, Mistweaver Monk, and but I'm not sure about this season, guys, because like I said, I haven't done too many threes because, well, it's very, very hard to find consistent partners on Alliance side that actually want to climb, basically rating in threes. Like, I guess it's just non-existent on Alliance side. People just don't want to, they just want to cap, their threes and just be done with it. But pretty much I would recommend those two comps. Like I said, Resto Druid or Mistweaver in twos for your Demon Hunter, and Frost Death Knight, Havoc Demon Hunter, Mistweaver should still be really, really strong this season, but you would have to check it out, guys. But until next time, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for today. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I'll definitely check them out. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.